Well, hello again, and welcome back to Vlogmas. We're doing another city down one today, and it's going to be a bit of a show and tell, junior school style, all sitting cross-legged on the carpet showing Miss your favourite thing. And the theme of today's is, well, I'm going to do Loungefly, spirit jerseys, and ears. So that sounds like a big thing, but the reason is I don't have thousands of any of them. Now, I've seen other Disney content creators, they'll lay there on the double bed surrounded by 50 Loungefly bags. That's not me for several reasons. I mean, first of all, each one of these items is a major purchase for me. I know that I go on multiple Disney holidays and things like that, but there's a lot of saving and budgeting involved, and I can't just be throwing money away on handbag after handbag after handbag. So each one has got thought. Some of them were gifts. And the other thing is, I was thinking about this when I was thinking about doing this video. I've got quite strict criteria with how and why I buy my merch, and I might do another video on that, what I buy in the parks and why I buy it, because it's never just a case of, oh, I like that, I'm buying it. Not really, mainly because of the budgeting reasons, but space in your suitcase and things like that. Anyway, let's get on to it. We'll start with the spirit jerseys because they're good and easy. Now, if you've ever listened to our podcast, you'll know that I have some weird obsessive love affair with spirit jerseys. I am a dance and theatre teacher as a profession, so I spend a lot of my days in sort of sportswear. They are loose enough to go over anything. They're thick enough to keep you warm. In between classes, but they're thin enough that they don't get you really, really sticky and sweaty when you are exercising. So I've just absolutely adore spirit, and they're big and they're baggy, and I love them. So fell in love with spirit jerseys the first time I went to Walt Disney World, and this is something I will probably eventually amass quite a few, because I intend to sort of commemorate trips with them, and that's what I've done so far. So the first one I got was in Walt Disney World, and at the time they didn't do them in Disneyland Paris. I'm getting onto that, and it was just a plain yellow big old spirit jersey. Now, this was the first one I got. It's a bit crumpled, because I'm going to be dead honest with you, I couldn't find it, and then I found it in the washing basket because we've got a little bit of book there. Sorry about that. So it's a bit crumpled, it's come out of the washing basket. But it's just simple and plain and bright, 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 bright yellow. I tend not to wear black. I like something zing and in your face when I wear it. But I wasn't 100% sure on spirit jerseys at the time, and the big lettering across the back and all that branding kind of thing. So getting these self-coloured fonts, I thought it was a good kind of starter jersey. However, I don't worry about that anymore, because I am hook, line and sinker in love with spirit jerseys, and that brings me on to my next one, which was a Disneyland Paris one. So they started selling them in Disneyland Paris the year after I got one in Disney World, and I consider Paris my home resort. It's my happy place. It's where I go whenever I can. And this, again, it was quite tasteful and simple. It's got your typical French stripes on with the red lettering and the French flag in the lettering at the back. It's really, for something that's this baggy, it's quite flattering because of the cut of it and the colour of it. This is possibly my favourite one, although I will say I wear makeup every day, and taking it on and off, it gets grub around the collar to a point. I mean, it doesn't look too bad on camera, but just from washing and re-washing and getting the makeup on and washing again, it just seems to be getting very, very slightly discoloured, which is a shame. So going forward, I will probably try and avoid the very pale colours. I might not get another white one, unless I run this to rags, in which case I'll buy the exact same one again because I love it. That takes us on to when I went on the cruise line. By this point, those two spirit jerseys were my favourite items of clothing in the whole house. So I'm like, right, get on the cruise ship, get yourself a Spirit jersey. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of choice. I had seen some navy blue ones with rainbow stripes that I liked. They weren't selling them on our cruise ship. I'd sold myself on the idea of getting one. And this is my favourite colour anyway. This is the colour of my car. This is the colour of the uniform I chose for my theatre school. So we've got the turquoise and white and the lovely cruise line logo. My only regret is, and I ummed and ahed over this for so long, it does have the lacing at the front. I ummed and ahed, like I say, when I was on the ship. I decided to get it. I don't regret it. I still like it. But I think it will never be my favourite Spirit jersey because of this. It's just a bit extra compared to the reason why you wear and love Spirit jerseys, really. This extra bit just kind of cuts into the style of it. But colour, cut, gorgeous. And then my final one, I got the last trip we went to Disneyland Paris. So it's another Disneyland Paris one. Again, a little crumpled. It's been shoved in a drawer. And it is just this... what's they call it? Dreams Come True blue, I think. All the colours have got like Disney tag names. So it's got a very small sparkle running through it. Can you see on the royal blue, Disney logo, Disneyland Paris on the back. So actually I might be fibbing. That one might be my favourite in terms of colour and wearability, and I feel really fresh and bright in it. I think this one might be my favourite, but I do have a special attachment to the Paris one, and my intention is, and I've already kind of pocketed some money away for this, is to get 2 more when we go to Disney World in May. I want to get a Disney Vacation Club one because, you know, branding. And I want to get another Disney World one. I'm seeing so many come up that I'm just in love with, and I can't afford to buy them all. So I'm going to go, and it'll be like my mission of the holiday to find and choose my favourite Spirit jersey. So who knows what I'm going to come back with. Right, let's talk bags. So, Loungefly, again. Stuff getting in my face all the time. Again, I'm going to say I cannot afford to own thousands of Loungeflies, and each 2 of the 3 of these was a gift from my gorgeous husband. You will all know Loungeflies. It's the little rucksacks, often with mini ears and bows on, that come in all sorts of different fabrics and colours. You can buy them in the parks, you can buy them in the Disney store. Very collectible. Retail about £75. And I never really went in for them, not because I didn't love them. I loved them, I wanted them, but I loved all of them. And when I would see them in the parks, each in the different colours, that got the rose gold, 50th this and you know, they do them for all the different ranges. I would love all of them so much that I couldn't choose. So I couldn't put my money in this single item that I loved more than any other item. So I ended up not getting it. Do you ever do that? It's like, if you're going to spend that amount of money on something, it needs to be something that you love more than any other thing you've seen. And when you love all the things, it then becomes too difficult to buy one of them. Might just be my weird brain. So I just happened to see online a Pinocchio one. I will show you said Pinocchio one. And of all the ones I'd seen, I decided this was the most classic. It was a little bit different. It wasn't one that I'd seen many other people wear. There was something really clean about the colours, really distinct. I thought it would be a good Disney bound. And so I decided that's going to be the one I get. And ummed and ahed for a couple of weeks, as I do, and when I went back I just couldn't find it anywhere. I ended up finding it on eBay for hundreds of pounds, and I wasn't going to, so I abandoned that search. But I think at some point I must have told Hugh about this, and if there's one thing he likes, it's a challenge. So he used his internet skills and he found it. I presume he found it cheaper. He found it and he bought me it, and this was a gift. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the lining. There you go. You've got little Pinocchios in there. It's just really, really good quality. Now, while I talk about the quality, I have to get something off my chest. You will hear people say, oh, you can get the same bags in Primark. And yes, you can. And I have one. And I use it. And I wouldn't dissuade anyone from getting it. But you just can't compare the quality. Not only the detail, but I have the said handbag here, and look at the state of the way it's just scrumpled up, it's scuffed, the zip sticks, it folds. It cost me about $9.99. I don't regret the purchase for a moment. I've got this flops, got $9.99's worth of fun out of it, but don't let anyone tell you it's the same as Loungefly. It isn't. So, the next one. Right, this was another cruise purchase, and of all things I'm going to show you today, this was the most it was an impulse buy. I'd seen other people buy them online. I knew we were on the cruise ship. I thought I like those a lot. Same way I liked the Pinocchio one a lot. But don't know if this point in time I can justify the price, so I probably won't. So, a few things happened in quick succession. I'm going to show you it. There you go. This is the cruise line Loungefly. First of all, when we went on ship the first day, there was a long queue outside the shop. We said, what's the fuss for? And apparently everyone was queuing up for the Loungefly. And I decided I wasn't getting it at this point. So word goes around the ship the second day, the Loungefly is completely sold out. Oh well, never mind, wasn't going to get it anyway. Then when buying my Spirit jersey and a couple of other little things, I had to have a chat with a cast member about my DVC discount. There was a bit of trouble sorting it out. We didn't know if we could sort it out. They managed to sort it out, which was fantastic. And as I was standing there for quite a long time while we figured out how to get hold of my membership card, etc., I just saw a brown box behind the counter, and I saw a little feather sticking out the top of it, and I went, is that the Donald Duck Loungefly bag? And she says, oh yes, we found another box in the storeroom, and there's just this little box there. They hadn't put them on the shelves. They knew it would be carnage if they did. And so just on the spur of the moment, knowing I could get my discount, by the way, I went, oh, can I have one please? And I got one. So when I say impulse buy, it was an impulse buy, but I don't regret it for a second. I wear it a lot. I use it a lot, as I do my Pinocchio one. These aren't things I just save for the park. I use these on a weekly basis. Still clean, still good quality. Fabulous. What's the lining like on you, Donald? Oh, it's plain blue lining. Sorry to disappoint. Usually they've got fancy ones. Right, my final Loungefly bag. Now when I first got this, I did a review video of it here. I won't talk about this one too long. You can go back and have a look on the YouTube channel at that. But it is the Trader Rucksack. Again, I requested this off Hugh for my birthday. I said, if you stuck with what to get me, I want this please. I am a pin trader. I love my pins. I collect my pins. It is really useful because it keeps them safe in there so they won't fall out. But you can still display them. Ooh, I don't know what that was. You can still display them and get to them. It's a bit tricky to get in and out of because it's just got this slit thing. But again, I use this regularly on a weekend, going out shopping and so on. And I always get somebody in a queue saying, love your bag. Every single time I use it. Favourite. Right. Oh, I better speed this up. A couple of honorary mentions. Be honest, I thought this was Loungefly till I just picked it up to do this video, and then I realised it wasn't. This. You know I talk about Small World as my spirit ride, and when I was in Disney World, I was just wandering around a shop, dum-de-dum, window shopping, not going to buy anything, and I saw this, and I knew, it was like love at first sight. I knew that's for me. Don't care how much it costs. That bag is for me. I picked it up and went to the counter immediately. And I won't say it was an impulse buy the way the other one was. I just knew this was the right bag for me. It's actually Danielle Nicole. It's not Loungefly. She does all the kind of shaped ones, and I'm going to show you another one in a second. But it's boat shaped. Now what's most disappointing is these flags. I have to protect them with my... I don't wear this one that much because I have to protect the flags with my life when I do. And we've tried putting like toothpicks in them and stuff, but they're starting to flop, and it's such a precious thing to me. I don't want it to get damaged. But when I discovered that was Danielle Nicole, I thought, hecky thump, may as well show them my other Danielle Nicole. And that this was cheap. It was in the Disney store. It was like 75% off. I can't remember how much it was. It was definitely under a tenner when I got it. But it's a penguin from Mary Poppins. Brilliant, with a white dress and red accessories. Absolutely fantastic Disney bound accessory. Useless as a handbag, because that's your opening and that's the amount of space you got. You might get a phone in it and a lip balm. Maybe your sunglasses. But it's useless as a part bag, great for Disney bounding. Right, we're on the home stretch, let's talk ears. Now then, very briefly, I don't wear ears in the park. And the reason is, and I know I've spoken about this before, I've got alopecia, I've got 2 different types. I've got the all over thinning, and then I've got the areata type that has just small, completely bald bits. So I wear these headbands every day to strategically cover the parts back there where I don't want you to see the bald patches. This is what I do. When I'm in a hot weather, I'm very prone to getting sunburn on my scalp and sunstroke and things like that because of the thinning hair. So I can't wear ears, unfortunately. I need things that cover my head. So I never owned them. But then we started to record the podcast every Sunday, and we started to do it live on YouTube. That's a fairly recent thing. And so I was being seen, I was in Disney outfits, and I started to wear a cheap pair of Primark ears on the show. And it was okay, because like now, I'm just facing you. You can't see what horrific things are going on at the back here. It doesn't matter. So I can get away with wearing the ears without feeling too self-conscious about what's at the back when I'm on camera. And once I've done that, I open the floodgates a little bit. So the next pair I got was this pair when we were in Disneyland Paris, because I could wear them over a bobble hat. It was winter, and I had a goldish kind of bobble hat, and I put those on the front of the bobble hat, and I was really happy with that. And then our friend Susie sent us a kind of Disney care package, and in them she got the most beautiful things in the world, Small World ears, and they go, you know, Spirit Ride with the Small World bag. I just love Small World so much. And then I thought, right, I am an ear owner now. So there was one thing where I kind of gave myself a target to do with work and stuff, and I thought, once I do this, I will allow myself to go on the Disney website and buy myself a treat as a Well Done Lucy. And so I bought these, which I just thought were really, really cute to wear on the show. And then finally, see, I told you I didn't own many pairs of ears. Finally, I had to, well, no, I didn't get these. Hugh got me these for my birthday again, when we booked the cruise. Is a pair of cruise line ears. So I know a lot of you diehard Disney fans, particularly content creators, will come out with, some of them literally will have more than 50 pairs of ears, all from different independent makers and stuff. I just don't have that because I don't have use for them to wear in the park. So I just have a couple to wear on the podcast, which is why I've done 3 types of show and tell in one video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said the other day, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, just sitting down and talking Disney to you guys. Do you own any of these things? Do you own a bucket full of ears? Do you go for the Loungefly bags? Do you have a bit of a weakness for spirit jerseys like I do? They're not cheap, but each thing I've shown you today is really, really precious to me, and I am grateful that I have them, and I value them tremendously. So, thank you for joining me for another Vlogmas. I will see you tomorrow.